Namaste. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining this practice. Again, this is a Dharma Yoga 90-minute practice or so. Please practice according to your conditions. Don't feel you have to do everything I do. I offer some modifications, but also some variations for those who are more advanced. So please practice according to your abilities and experience and respect your limitations. Think of the practice as an offering. And imagine all creations experience mystery. So if you go to a place of pain or suffering or anxiety, that is what all beings will feel through you. So on that note, we try to practice in a state in a mindful way. So let's begin. Sit tall and straight, close the eyes, and bring the attention inward. At the moment of creation, God became part of all living beings everywhere. Tune your mind to the supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. We begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya mantra. I bow to inner light. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So now let's do some pranayama. Let's start off by connecting with the Supreme Self within, which is located in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart, the spiritual heart. Raise your arms up, the palms turn slightly upwards. From the fingertips, inhale the best down to the arms, straight into the heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it all in the spiritual heart. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale up to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Again, inhale down through the arms, the best of the best, into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it again in the heart as an offering to God who resides there. Exhale out through the arms, just the breath leaves. Everything that you pulled in stays within. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again, inhale down, everything you need, through the arms, right into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it all in the spiritual heart. Hold the breath. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Good. So now let's do some breathing exercises to heat up the body a little bit. This helps to promote the release of impurities as well. For this, for this one, we're doing Kapalabhati. It's a kriya, which is a cleansing technique, and it's also, in addition to purifying the lungs, it also oxygenates the blood and aerates the lungs. So imagine you are throwing the belly button against the spine. Imagine you're hitting a drum. So you want to really push the belly button into the front of the spine. Don't worry about the inhale. It happens automatically, passively. Concentrate on the exhale to push all the impurities out of the lungs by that forceful action. So it's about 1 exhale per second. At the end of it, we do a breath retention, kumbhaka, and in the breath retention, we contract the buttocks, push the belly button into the front of the navel. Imagine the whole pelvic floor lifting up towards the navel. And then for the throat lock, as you inhale, you're raising the chest up, expanding the lungs so that when you bring your chin down for the breath retention, your back can stay still straight. You don't want to hunch forward. The tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, the attention of the space between the eyebrows. The hands stay locked in Yama Mudra, Mudra consciousness on the knees. So let's begin. Breathe out completely, sit tall. And begin when you're ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty out completely. Push all the air out. Take a deep breath in now. Fill up the lungs. Raise the chest. Hold the breath now. Apply the throat and the root lock. All the attention to the space in the eyebrows. The shoulders stay down. It's the chest that comes up. Keep on all your attention to the space in the eyebrows to attract the prana there, the vital force. Slowly exhale with control, not like a big explosion out of the body. Then you lost the point of the pranayama, the control of the vital force. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the crown. Visualize moving the breath between those 2 points. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. From the solar plexus again, inhale up to the crown. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Round 2. Take a couple breath cycles, breathing in and out. And begin when you're ready. Remember, do it with vigor. Work the diaphragm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all the air out again. Inhale. Hold the breath. Everything stops. All the mind activity, the body movements, and the emotions as though they're frozen. Tip of the tongue behind the teeth, at the roof of the mouth. Root mark as well. Break the bow, break and exhale. From the solar plexus again, inhale up to the crown. Draw the power from the source up there. Exhale back down, leave it there. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Inhale more of your power, draw it up out to your own personal source, up to the crown on the inhale. Leave it there, back down to the solar plexus. Inhale again to the solar plexus. Draw even more the power up there. Hold the breath momentarily and just imagine all the power that you put up there is now going into all beings, dispersing everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart, solar plexus. Remain established in your own personal source of power. Continue to share with others. So now bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows. We're going to chant the sound sun, S-U-N. Concentrate on the vibrations produced, feel a vibration produced in the center of the forebrow, and imagine that what they're doing is they're trying to dislodge all the impurities from where they're sitting in the body, to be brought into the bloodstream, to be carried out of the body eventually. Attention at this space between the eyebrows. The sound sun. You can picture, if you like, the color indigo, which is this color associated with that area. Inhale. Sun. Just observe the state of the body, mind, and emotions, and no expectation, no attachment to the results. Now one more, the sound sum at the crown. You can picture, if you like, the color violet at that center of consciousness. Feel the whole brain, the whole top of the head, especially vibrating, and this helps to create produce mental sharpness. Inhale. Sum. Continue to try to purify the body through the postures, bring a state of radiant health, but through the practice of observance of yama and niyama, we also try to purify the behavior and the thoughts as well, to make it a more conducive and better place for the Supreme Self who resides within to flourish in. Let's come to standing. Start off with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice. Hands on the hips. Start to roll the head around in circles. The chin to the chest, the ears to the shoulders, the back of the head to the top of the back. If you can, move a little bit quicker to warm up the body more quickly and to get full range of benefits. Generate more heat. And then go in the opposite direction. Good. Now the right arm up, left hand down. It's the mental exercise. Circle the arms in opposite directions. Make sure you're not swimming. Now Now left hand up, right hand down, and circle in the opposite directions. And now bring the both arms up, hands over the head, press the arms to the ears, inhale, reach, exhale, bend to the left. Come up, go to the right. Go to the left again, try not to make folds in the waist. Go to the right. Back to the left. And go to the right. Come back to the center and take hold of the opposite elbows. Little circles over the head to start. Mostly head, neck, and shoulders moving. But then gradually circles get larger. The chest and the upper back coming into the movement. Starting to circle the hips a little bit. And finally, if you feel apt to do so, the whole trunk circles. Trace large circles in front of the body like the arms of a windmill or an airplane propeller. And then coming all the way back up, go in the opposite direction. Little circles to start. And then gradually build the size of the circle. Chest and the upper back coming into the movement. And finally, the whole trunk circles. The momentum of the downswing carries you through the circle smoothly. And coming back up, release the arms. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly from side to side. Like you have no control of the hands, are moving all by themselves. And up and down like the wings of a hummingbird. You shouldn't even be able to see your fingers are going so fast, they're like a blur. Good, drop the arms by sides of the body, and then start to shake. The whole torso, the shoulders, the head flies in all directions. The arms hitting the body any which way like heavy ropes. And now slow it down. Good. Now this is for the waist. Bend your knees, your feet are about on the edges of the mat. Take hold of the opposite elbows, going from side to side. Do Kapalabhati as you do it, so breathe out as you complete the twist on each side. Try to see all the way around you. The head follows the direction of your spin. And then release. Now from here, you can bring your left hand on the wall or a chair if you like, arms out to the side, and then swing the right leg back and forth. Try to get your knee to the shoulder, the toes, the back of the head, as your head goes back and the leg goes back. The other leg, watch your toes, flex your foot so you don't stub your toes on the ground. And then release. The feet now together, arms by sides of the body, just jumping. Jump up really high if you can. Push up and reach your toes. If you have any knee or ankle issues, you just lift your heels or make the jumps a little bit closer to the ground and faster. Good. And then stop now. The feet together, again, arms by sides of the body. Inhale, lift up, 2, 3, bring the heels up, 5, 6, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Control the movements. Inhale. Don't let the heels hit the ground heavily if possible. 3, 4, 5, 6. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up we go. Legs in the torso as you come up, hollow out the navel. Engage the core and the thigh muscles. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really push and reach your toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The chin back down in the chest and a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset always throughout the practice. Let go of all expectations. Let go of all attachments to results. Do the practice because it must be done. for all beings. So now let's come to the front of the mat, Surya Namaskara, hands to heart, and let's imagine together physically moving like one. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back. Fold the body down. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground, the chest on the thighs. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Into the high plank, bring your knees down, the seat's all the way back. Glide between the arms, brush your nose, the ground is coming forward. Roll the shoulders back, arch the back. Take the seat back again, come forward. Imagine you're trying to pull the forward towards the body. Point the fingers out a little bit. And as the body goes through, perhaps it goes through with more power and ease. One more time, keep the feet back, glide forward. Make it the snake creep into the grass and then uncoiling majestically. Adho Mukha Savasana. Push into your hands, lift the seat. Allow the head to go down below the arms. If you're flexible, maybe the forehead touches the ground. Now the right foot forward. You can either take a big step, or if it doesn't make it all the way, it's difficult transition, you can lower the left knee and use the right hand to push the foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Belly on the thighs again, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up overhead, arch back. Pranavasana, hands to the heart. Go up and back, stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body, the breath will follow. Left foot back, push the hips all the way forward. Then it's a high plank. Knees down, the seat's all the way back. As Dharmaji says, everything naturally, everything flowing naturally. Into the cobra. Put yourself in the body of the snake. Imagine how that balance range of motion. Take the seat back, come forward again. See yourself in the form. Tap into the divine qualities. Be regal and wise, fierce and fearless. One more time, get the seat back. 3 times blessed of those who can imitate the forms at all levels. Copy the teacher physically, mentally, and spiritually. In any given form, that is your teacher. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, bow down, the head low, gesture of humbleness here. Come right up to standing. Open yourself up to divine grace. Come back home, hands to the heart. Every posture, every movement has a certain consciousness associated to it. Tap into it. Reflect divine devotion and surrender in all the poses. Right foot back, surrender yourself to divine service. Into the high plank, knees, chest, forehead down. Come right through this time. As your hips come to your hands, lift your hips away from the ground. Push by pushing to the ground. If you want, bend your toes under. Stay with the moment. Push the hips forward. Push the shoulders back. Try not to make a big fold across the lower back. Gently telescope your trunk down the hips, chest forward. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Allow the shoulders, the heart to come between your shoulder blades. Be very flexible. Your head touches the ground. Line in the back is soft. Work the shoulders here. Belly towards your thighs, the chest close to the ground. And now the right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right to standing, raise your arms over the head, arch back. And then come back home, hands to heart. Reach up and back. Be the witness, watch your mind move all by itself. Watch reactions, the mental reactions and emotions without any distress, without any concern or judgment. Into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down, through to upward facing dog. So here again, look like a dog howling at the moon. Push your shoulders back, elongate to the spine. Make sure you don't lose your neck. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders, push your heels towards the ground behind you. Now back into Adho Mukha Savasana. So come forward so you can take the edge of the mat. Pull on the edge of the mat, you try to stretch your mat. And again, push your chest right down towards the ground. Without bending your arms if you can. Look like a dog stretching its back. And the body, the loyalty of the dog to its master as well. Those who are very flexible eventually might get your nose or your chin even to the ground. Now from here, left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right at the stand, reach up and back. And return home, Pranavasana. Always coming back to source of divine love. Infuse every move with love and devotion. Uttanasana. Right foot back. Back way down. Into the high plank. And through we go right into Cobra, upward facing dog. Or Cobra. Good. From here, up, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, melt the hearts. Right foot forward to the hands, and then the feet together, Uttanasana. Come right to standing. If you ever take Dharma G's class, he goes pretty fast. Come on with the body. Keep saying, move, keep on moving, keep up or you'll miss it all. Left foot back into the high plank. Like the fish, he doesn't stay as the rest of the school. You might get taken by another fish if you're not careful. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Move the collective. Left foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Stay in the collective mind. Raise arms up over the head, arch back. Come back home. Pranamasana. Raise your arms up. Imagine we're together. All together as one. Belly on your thighs. Pull hands all the way up over your shoulders. Right foot back. Lower down the knee. Kapiyasana. Sweep arms all the way up and back. Behind the head. Come back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Or if you want, you're stronger, take your seats back. Come forward to the top, dropping your hips and knees to the ground into upward facing dog. Or chaturanga if you know that one as well. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up. Step the foot between hands. Back knee down, Kapiyasana. Connect all the movements together seamlessly, doing a divine dance of devotion. Hands behind the back. Hold the breath so you can bring the left foot forward softly with control. Right up into Hasta Uttanasana. Come back home. Go up and back again. Pull the body down in half. Bend your knees, belly on your thighs, and push your hands all the way up off your back as far as they'll go. In line to shoulders or beyond your head. Left foot back. Right into Kapiyasana. And right back down into high plank. Entry of your choice. If you want to chaturanga, you come down one piece, one line from heels to top of the head, having above the ground, about an inch, then right into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Be careful of your shoulders. Left leg up. Respect your limitations. Kapiyasana, reach up and back. Come forward, belly on your thighs. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. And come back home. One more round, the same variation. Reach up, stretch the whole front of the body, fold the body down. Bend, bury your mind deep in the heart, watch body move with more steadiness, grace, and ease. Uttanasana, right foot back into Kapiyasana. And then back into high plank. Entry your choice into upward facing dog. And then back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up, step the foot between hands. Right back into Kapiyasana, lean away from the legs, sink the seat all the way forward so you're steady. Swing your hands behind the back without touching your feet to the ground. Bring your arms all the way up over your shoulders, forehead to the shins. Come right up to standing, raise your arms over the head. And then come back home. You have to keep seeing yourself in the practice you're trying to attain with observance of ethical rules and with determination, constant practice. Anything is possible. Arms over the head, left leg back, Kapiyasana. Right back into high plank. Into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Move between the forms like a shapeshifter, effortlessly, fluidly. Left leg up, step the foot between the hands. See yourself like you're moving in your dreams, always softly and quietly. And then right back, swing your hands behind the back, right foot meets the left. Uttanasana. If your legs are straight, your whole body pressing against the front of the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. And then return home. Take pause here for a moment. Bring your arms down, palms facing forward. From everywhere. Attract everything you need. Bring it right into the body, right through the spine to the ground. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout the body. Send it out to all beings as well. Everything you have is always meant to be shared. Okay, so now let's continue with some balance sequences. Standing on the left. Let's back to the left. Starting off with hummingbird. So bend the knees, belly on your thighs, your fingertips on either side of the feet. Slide the right foot back and then bring it all the way up. The heel close to your seat, your knee is up high.
Keep your belly in your thigh. At some point, if you want, you can raise your hands up off the ground, maybe over your shoulders. Be like that sweet little bird, delicate and tiny. Stay compact. And then from here, extend the leg. Straighten out the right leg, take the arms out to the side, and transform into a gliding eagle. Imagine you're soaring from a great height at great speed. Good. Now from here, come all the way up. We're going to go right into ballet pose. Take hold of the heel, I'm going to turn this way. And from here, bring the leg up. Depending on your flexibility, maybe the toes and fingers in the same line as the shoulders, maybe higher. Flex the foot, helps with balance. Look up, embody the poise and the grace of a dancer. And then release, bring the foot down. Whatever happens, just dance with it, be unconcerned. Sometimes we have to keep moving forward in practice. Challenge yourself by, stepping to the next level, combining poses, and then maybe with practice, the body learns more coordination. Learns all sorts of tricks, get into the poses more easily and efficiently. Now the left foot up this time, close to your seat, the heel close to your seat. If you want, again, you can take your fingertips away from the ground against the shoulders or right over your shoulders. You have to keep on seeing yourself in the forms, seeing the way that God manifests so magnificently and beautifully. So many different ways, infinite ways. And then from here into the eagle, extend the left leg, try to get the foot higher than the hip, the head above the height of the knee. Arch your back a little bit, curve your back by pushing your shoulders back, your chin forward. Now from here, press into your right foot, come up. Again, ballet pose. You don't have to turn, I'm just turning to demonstrate. And then the left leg comes up, ballet pose. Lean a little bit to the right if your leg's up close to your shoulder. Be magnificent and poised and graceful like a dancer. Whatever you're doing, offer it up. Don't worry about the results. And from here, release the foot gracefully. Charge the body now. Turn the palms forward. Inhale the best of the best. Imagine it all coming in through the pores of the skin. Bring it right up to the crown, through the spine. Exhale, send it out to all beings everywhere. Good, let's go on. So we're going to bring your left, this one's a tricky one. Bring the right foot up, take hold of the shin, and lean back. Push your belly towards your thigh, your knee close to your shoulder. Turn your left toes out a little bit. Bend your left knee. Now you can stay here or you can start to extend the leg. Bring your hands to the heart and lean back like a lion on the tail on your back. And you can take your arms out to the side, gaze behind your toes. Now come up. Go right into either airplane or warrior 3. Be stronger, take your arms in front. You need to put your hands down between, all good. Now bring your hands down, bend your left knee so you can rest your belly on your thigh, and then take your left hand to your outside of the foot, index finger on the heel. If you can, pull the right leg up straight over your head. Eventually the feet are in the same line. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your knees if you need to. Now the idea here is trying to find a balance. Doesn't matter if your leg doesn't get up very high, the right leg, you can bring one, trying to move your right hand in. Eventually, maybe you can bring your index finger, the right hand, on the inside of the heel. You hug your leg with your forearms. Those who are flexible can try to get your knee to your shin, your chin to your shin. Break the pose, bring the right foot back down. Head stays heavy as you roll your way up. Good. Try it on the other side now. So you can break down the poses if you need to. You can rest in between. You can't do it all in one sequence. Just do your best. Bring your left knee up now. Lean back. Bring your belly pushing against your thigh, your shoulder coming towards your left, your knee coming to your left shoulder. And then here, if you want, you can extend your leg. Your hands to heart a little bit easier. Put your some of the chest to your thumbs. Whoops, I didn't do that one very well. Lean back, gaze beyond your toes, and then take your arms out, if you like. Now come forward, pull your knee in, press into your right foot, and then you can either take your arms out to the side. When your leg's fully extended, straighten out the left leg's fully extended, straighten out the right leg, or you bring arms out in front in warrior 3. Now bring your hands down, bend your right knee so you can get your belly to stay with your thigh. If you can, you pull your left leg up higher, or again, you bend your knee if you need to, depending on your hamstrings. Your right hand comes to your foot, your index finger on the outside of the heel, and you see if you can walk your left hand in closer and closer. Maybe just stay on your left hand on the ground, but see if you can pull your fingers up one at a time until you're just on the index finger maybe. And then maybe it won't be such a stretch to eventually bring your left hand on your foot as well. Both edges of your feet down, hip is over the heel. Break the pose. Bring the left leg down, head stays heavy, roll your way up. Again, charge the body. Turn the palms forward. Imagine lights of every color streaming right into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. Feel yourself being illuminated from within. Keep shining your light everywhere. So one more balance sequence. We're going to start in Ardha Chandrasana. Left foot forward, left fingertips down. Fingertips about 14 or 16 inches in front of your left foot. Raise your right leg up, turn to the right, and see if you get the right arm up. Try to get your right leg to come up nice and high, the toes pointed. Make sure your toes are pointed, your hands, fingers together to make it look pretty. And so not to dissipate any necessary energy. Keep everything contained. Now from here, if you can, bend your left knee. You can take your right knee in a little bit towards your belly. Take hold of the heel, the ankle, and then push it all the way back and up. Open up to the right again. Push the foot as far away from your seat as possible. If you can't hold the foot, if it doesn't reach, then you can just not hold your leg. Okay, but push your foot back. Your left hip over the left heel. If you want to keep going, look forward. See if you can get your left hand up off the ground onto your heart. Maybe onto the foot. Pull the heel in towards the seat. Push the foot all the way out again. If you want, you can even stand up tall. You can just stay in bow pose. Well, you can come into bow pose. You got both hands on the foot, or dancer. Left arm in front. Wherever you are is perfect if you're trying your best. Those who are very flexible, you know the advanced variation with the arm overhead. Pull the elbow towards the seat. Turn the elbow out. Make sure you're protecting your joints. Don't move your joints in a way that's very forceful and aggressive. So do according to your conditions. Advanced practitioners, go ahead into the full bow. Break the pulse. Try it on the other side now. Starting with your right foot in front now. Right fingertips on the ground. Use a block if you need to, or you can even do it on your knee if you found you don't have a block, you can't open up, you can do it on your knee. You can always find some expression in the pose that suits you, your abilities. Ardha Chandrasana. Just try your best. It's the effort that's most important, not the results. At some point, we'll have the chance to experience everything. So don't worry. Now from here, if you like, bend your right knee. Pull your left knee in towards your belly. Take hold of the ankle, and then pull it all the way up and back again. And then once your leg is far away, your foot's far away from the seat, straighten out the right leg again. Now you can stay here the whole time. or you can, or in line with or without the bind. If you want, you can hold your breath, take your right hand off the ground onto your heart. And if you have the balance, take the right hand to the foot as well. Push the foot back. Once you have it, if you want to keep going, stand straight up. You can either dance through with one arm, right arm in front, or both hands on the foot. And of course, if you have the upward one, your shoulders are warming up, take the foot by the outside, but thumb pressing into the base of the heel, circle the left arm up, out to the side and up. You can get your other hands to the foot, all good too. Break the pose. Just getting all sorts of variations to remember, so do according to your abilities. Charge the body. Turn the palms forward. Inhale, everything you need right up into the body and up to the spine. Exhale back down to out to all beings everywhere. Everything you brought in, share it with others. Good. So you know sometimes it's tempting to do these advanced variations. Just be mindful. If you go to a place of pain again, that's what you're transmitting to others. So just wait for it. Things will come. Just prepare. Just go bit by bit. So now standing in the middle of the mat, facing along the edge of the mat. The fingertips come together at the height of the shoulders in line with your elbows. Walk or jump your feet apart. Turn to your left. Bend your left knee. Sink into the hip. Virabhadrasana. Make sure your arms are straight in line with your shoulders, so none of this happening. Keep the right arm up. Look over the front hand. Be strong and determined like the warrior. In your demeanor, reflect courage, determination, power, confidence. Now bring the right arm up to meet the left. Virabhadrasana. 1. Keep your head back. This is an expression of devotion and surrender. Always ready to serve without any hesitation. If you can't turn your hip, right hip, too easily, you can lift the back heel. If it's still too much, lower the left knee down, the right knee down. Now from here, lower the knee down. If it's not already, drop your seat forward. Kapiyasana. Hands in Kali Mudra, rock your shoulders back. Keep your hips forward, push your lower back up and in, and then reach back. If you're having trouble with your shoulders, you can bring your hands onto your seat. Push your heels, your palms into your seat, pull down, and press the fingers up like you're trying to stretch the skin underneath your hands. No wrinkles underneath your hands in the skin. Those who have other variations, go ahead, you can turn to the right, pick up the right foot. See if you can either take the foot against the elbow, inside the elbow for spear pose, arms stay straight, or bring your fingertips up towards ears, lock your fingers together, and then lift your arm over your head, left arm, push your foot away from your shoulder. This should try to soften the elbow joint so it's not a big sharp crease. Think of a swan's neck. Soft curves. From here, release the pose. Turn forward. I'll turn this way. Lizard. Move your left foot out to the edge of the mat and rock back and forth. Push off the roots of your toes. Try to get your hips to sink down like they're made of lead, very heavy. Push through the right foot one more time. Lower the knee and see if you fall onto your right hip and right forearm if your hips are low enough. Roll back to your left. Make sure your knee's not falling into the side nor the foot sliding away. Your shin should be vertical, close to the shoulder. Try to get your back lower than the knee. If you're on your hands, stay on your hands if you need to, but push your hips down like you're doing a cobra. You're very flexible, you're flat on the ground, your left arm can go over your foot, from the outside go underneath your left leg, and then join your hands over your back. Now embody the stillness of a lizard. Merge as the form. From here, we're coming back. go into Ardha Hanumanasana. Bring your seat back over your back knee. Lift the toes up. You can hug your you can bring your arms right close to either side of the shin. Try to get your belly on your thigh. Keep your belly on your thigh. Move your chest beyond your knee. Bring your attention to where you want to find release. Your attention is like a magnet. It will attract the prana there. Now from here, we're going to sit back onto a seat. If you can, the right foot is behind you. The toes are right in the seat. Open up the knees as much as possible. Turn towards your left. Try to get your belly to come over your thigh. If you need to bend your knees and get your belly on your thigh, then you can go ahead. Take hold of the heel. If you're flexible, you can reach forward your body. Try to get your head on the inside of the left leg, somewhere along the shin. If you can't hold your leg back, or that's uncomfortable, bring your foot out in front like this. Okay, so Janu Shasana. Okay. If you're very flexible, you can slide your left arm to the inside, push the back of the shoulder. You can even turn. You can hold the foot with your left hand, the inside of the foot, reach the right arm overhead. Try to take your right hand to the foot as well from overhead. Turn your chest up. Try not to wrinkle the waist on either side. Break the pose, coming back. Now turn forward. From here, slide your left foot in. Come upright. Ready for Parivrita Paschimasa. Bend the toes under the back foot. You should be able to lift your foot on the front foot, on the front leg, so that if it comes up easily, you know it's well placed. Now turn this way. Right arm up. Ankle tonally towards the right to get out of the way, to create more space for the right arm to come down. Left hand push into your right. Push very hard. Left hand into right. At the same time, the bellies come up higher in the thighs, and then the chest moves behind your thumbs. Right, left shoulder goes all the way back, turn the face and chest up. Keep pulling the left hip back, the head forward. And you can stay here, or you can thread your left arm on your right arm underneath. Use your left hand to guide it through. You can sort of tap on the wrist. The arm moves at diagonal lines so that the hand comes in front of your belly, left arm goes over your back. Joining your hands together or lock your fingers together, and then take your, if you can, your left knee up off the ground. Hold your breath as you make the transition. Extend from the heel all the way to the ground. You can do this with the hands in Anjali Mudra as well. You don't have to have a bind for this. Now break the pose. Coming back to the center. From here, come all the way up. Go to the other side now. Look to the right. Virabhadasana. Sink into the hips. Stay in the warrior consciousness. All the qualities are already within. You just have to turn them on. Virabhadasana 1. Turn to the front. Look up. Allow the head to fall back. Abject surrender to your duty. Always ready. Now lower the back knee down. Hands together. Kapiyasana if you need to bring your hands to your back instead or to your knee, then it's all perfect. Just keep trying. Just get lots of extensions in front of the body. Open the front of the body. If you want to take your variations, same one as you did before. You can turn to your left. You can try a spear pose with your foot just pressing against the inside of the elbow, left elbow, or if you can get your foot in the crook of the arm, fingers close to your ear, you might be able to take your bind more easily. Just reach across the face, take hold, lock the fingers together, and then push your foot away from the shoulder. Break the pose, bring left foot back down, turn to the front, Move the right foot out to the edge of the mat and just start to rock back and forth. Push off the heel. Push into the roots, through the roots of your toes. Imagine you have rocks in your hip pockets. The hips are very heavy and they just fall. All they want to do is sink and land on the ground. Now, one more time to the left heel. Lower the knee down. And if your hips are low enough, fall onto your left arm on your left hip. Roll back to the right so that both sides of your hips are equally down, close to the ground. The more you lengthen, the more the body will come down. Now, place Asana lizard. Be very still. The lizard seemingly can stay in one place for a long, long time, just basking in the sun. When you imagine where that being is in their state of ease, their natural state, you go to that place and perhaps you find the ease as well. Now break the pose, coming back into Ardha Hanumanasana. Push your hips back over the back knee. You can bring your left foot to the right a little bit, and then start by just your Ardha Hanumanasana. Bring your belly onto your side, bend your right knee if you need to. And if you're flexible, maybe the forms will come right down. Trying to imagine the top of the head is going to touch the top of the foot at any moment. Glide your belly downwards leg. Where your attention goes is where the prana goes. So send your attention to those places where you want to find release. That's where the prana will go. Now from here, come back upright and just sit back. So your seat's on the ground and open up your knees a little bit more. Again, make the adjustment if you need to by bringing your left foot in front of your root. If you can't, if it's too much for your knee to have your leg folded back. You're opening up your legs. It's almost like a split. Turn your body over your right leg, your belly over your thigh, and then come forward. Forward bend, stretch the back of the body. Bend your right knee as much as you need to keep your belly to your thigh. Or take your head to the inside, rest on the forehead on the inside of the right leg. After a while, this is very easy for you. You can bring the right arm inside of the right leg. Push with the back of the shoulder. You can take the foot from the inside with the right hand and bring the left arm over the head. And keep turning your chest up. Push against the back of the back shoulder into the inside of the leg. Try to get your chest and face to open up to the sky. Can't take the foot, it's fine. You can just stay like this if you need to. So again, just take the shape where you find you're at your edge of your potential. If you keep going there, eventually you go beyond. Now break the pose. Coming back upright. From here, slide your right foot back in. Bend the toes under the back foot. Do that little test of trying to lift the foot up off the ground and see if it comes up easily. Parvita Paschimottanasana, left arm up, angle the toe and knee towards the left, go down to the right. The hands in prayer. So not here, we don't stay here. We try to push the hands down so that the center of the chest is behind your thumbs. Pull the right shoulder back. You can see here, you can take your knee up off the ground. Hold your breath, really press the back of the arm, shoulder against the outside of the right knee, lift the knee up off the ground. Here, if you want to take the bind, it might be easier in some ways because there's no obstruction. You have more space for the left arm to go underneath the body, but you have to keep your balance. So you try to keep pushing through the back heel, loosen the toes. And make sure you don't sag through the back body at all, through the back and the near the hips. Straight lines, strong lines. Break the pose, coming back, the hands on the ground. Step back with the right foot beside your left, plank. Into side plank, right from here. Move your left hand more to the right in front of the nose. Go into the traditional side plank. If you're starting to drop into your shoulder, your hips are sagging down, lower your left knee down. Make sure it's not here, it's underneath the left knee. So the shin should be vertical underneath the left hip. Now go to back to plank, go on the other hand now. Turn to your left. Fingers together again, nice straight lines of energy. That's it. Now come back to high plank. Lower the right knee down, swing your foot out towards your left, bring your left knee right in behind the right knee. Swing your foot out towards the right, and then sit between your heels if you can. If you can't get both sides of your feet down, you can sit on a block or just sit on your heels with your knees together. You can just do this pose like this. Okay, so easy Gomukhasana, or the full version. Pull on your feet a little bit, make sure your knees are right on top of one another. The right arm goes up. Bring your left hand to the elbow and push it all the way back behind your body, your head. Anchor in place at the back of the head. Walk the hands down the back of the body, between your shoulder blades. Look up, lean back a little bit. If you have the mobility, take your left arm up the back. Roll the head and shoulder forward. Bring your arm down and then back up. Tug on the hands. Pull them down towards the lower back. Try to get your elbows in the same line. Right down the center of the spine, not to the side of the head. Now release. Change your legs around, plant your hands down, lift your seat, and then you're going to walk to your left counterclockwise. So bring your spin on your feet, stay in the same place, your hands always stay in front of your feet as you pivot on your feet. Keep going all the way around until you're facing forward again, and then you come down with your seat. Your left knee should be on top this time. Again, pull on your feet so that your knees line up. Left arm up. You can of course stay with in your kneeling position if that's better for you. Your left elbow, try to push it all the way back behind your head, anchored in place. And then roll the right head and shoulder forward, bring your right arm up the back. Alternatively, you can start with your right arm on your lower back and then push, use your left hand to pull it in a little bit behind your back. And then see if you can get your left arm up. You might have to have your arm at the side first, take your bind, and then bring your head back, your arm back behind your head. Pull on the hands. With practice, you also learn tricks, again, to move into the poses more easily. Those who seem to have mastered poses easily is because they have credits from the past lives. They've done it before. We just keep moving forward. Remember, we just pick up where we left off in the past life. Keep moving forward. And then release here. We'll try one more round of Vasisthasana this time. If you have variations, you can go ahead. If you're doing it on your knee, you consider lifting your right leg up when you're going to the right, and then pick up your foot, pull it back. Otherwise, come into side plank first on your left hand. And if you want, you can see if you can slide your right foot back. Turn on your left foot. Push your hips all the way up. Your hip goes up as high as can. Your knee is almost over your foot. Left leg stays straight, inside edge of the left foot down. Make sure your toes are following the same line as the rest of your leg. Makes it easier. See if you can take the right foot up off the ground. If you can, catch the knee. Keep going, slide your hand up the leg, take hold of the foot. Alternatively, you can just turn on your left hand and come into coor.dination. Another beautiful transition. See yourself in the practice you're trying to attain and strive towards it. Keep practicing. Now turn back, go back, turn on the hands, spin on the foot, keep your left arm fully extended as you make your transition. Right on the other hand now. Move to your left. And then go into your variations. Wherever you are again. Perfect. Just offer it up. Make sure again your toes of your right foot again are not pointed. The foot should be 9 degrees to the leg. It should be no more than 30 to 45 degrees. Toes ideally in the same line as the legs, so you can really anchor down the inside edge of the foot. This helps with balance. And see if you take your foot up off the ground. If you can, easily, and you can hold it, take hold of the knee, or take hold of the foot. More advanced, pull the foot up a little bit out to the side, higher towards your shoulders. It looks like ballet pose from above. Be careful of your shoulders. Break the bones, and come back. So from here, lower your knees down, sit to the thunderbolt. Shoulders back, take a deep breath in, charge the body up, bring everything in through this, like as you're trying to absorb it through the skin. Bring it up to the crown, exhale, relax. Send it everywhere throughout the body. Headstand now, inversions. If you know how to get to headstand, do any variation you like. So go ahead, you don't have to wait. If you don't feel comfortable at all, lean the feet from the ground. You can do hair pose, bring your forehead in front of your knees. Lift your seat, try to get your hips over your knees. Round your back, try to get your upper back to look at the wall. If it's too much pressure in the back of the head, just move your head a little bit forward so you're more in the top of the head as opposed to feeling in the back of the neck. If you want to go further, you can see if you sometimes it's handy to have a seat, a chair, or a wall. You place your face against the base of the chair or the wall. Take hold of the opposite elbows underneath your shoulders. And then from here, don't move your elbows, move your hands out. And place your fingers, place your head between your hands. And come with one foot on the seat of the chair or the wall at the height of the hips, not higher than that. Keep your legs bent. If you have to stretch your legs straight to reach the wall, you're too far. Okay, you want to have your leg bent so that when you bring your other foot back, you're pushing through the base of the toe of the foot behind you. And then you can eventually, you push hard enough, this will keep you in balance. Your hips over your shoulders, you can just pull your toes away from the seat of the chair or the wall. Press into the forearms. Just practice bit by bit. Try not to throw yourself up too high. If you're doing it from the ground, those who are in headstand, stay there. Keep your attention to space in the eyebrows. If you have a lotus, do a lotus to make the mind even more one point, drive the mind into one pointedness. If you're doing it from the ground, try to get into it. You walk your feet close to your elbows as much as possible. Bring one foot all the way behind the head. This is the easiest way to balance. Keep your knee bent, your foot flexed, you're pushing to the base of the toes. Very strong part of the foot. Lift the heel up. Push into your forearms with a breath so you can get your foot to toes come away from the ground. You have to pull your toes away from the ground. And you keep pushing through the back foot until eventually your feet come to the same line. So don't jump. Your feet is way back behind your elbows. You will have to jump and you might go over your arch your back. So have your foot close to your elbow first. Your elbows push all the way up off just on your toes so your hip comes more over your shoulders. This makes it a little bit easier. Alternatively, you do it with your hands apart on either side of the mat and stay in the fingers. If your chest open, it's a little bit easier to find a balance. 1 more minute. Stay in the pose. As you're advanced, you can do any variation. You can try to move your hands in different ways without touching your feet down. To hold your breath. If you split your legs, it's always easier. And then come down gracefully. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. Now slide your arms forward. Glide right into cobra. Adho Mukha Savadasana. And then immediately jump your feet or walk your feet to the hands. Come into a squat at the front of the mat. Your shoulders over your hips, your wrists are loose, your hands dangling off the wrists. Lift your heels if you can. Flex your feet. If you come lower, you might be able to get your heels up higher. Come down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So your heels are right behind your feet. Your seat's right behind your heels. Tuck your chin in. Your legs up. Your hands come to your back. Come into baby plow. And once you're in baby plow, can you stay there depending on your abilities, or you try to walk your arms further behind your back until they're all the way behind your back. You can't see them from the front. Try to get your seat over your shoulders. You can keep your feet on the ground or your knees close to your shoulders, same plow or kind of Vidasana, or take your hands to your back. Come up one leg at a time into shoulder stand. Straight line from your toes all the way to the chin. Push your lower back up and in. If you're in lotus, do it now. Full lotus, not a half lotus. Use your hands if you need to. Once you have the lotus, try to get your knees higher than the hips. Push your knees up. You keep your hands on your knees if you have the balance, or thighs, or bring them back onto your back. Fix your attention on the space between the eyebrows. Try to trigger divine bliss through your attention and your devotion. Keep on trying to find divine union with God through the forms. The science of self-realization is when we see God everywhere and we see sameness everywhere. The infinite loving nature of God is everywhere. That is us too. Be still if the mind starts to wander. Be unconcerned, unjudging. Just keep on trying to bring your mind back. The mind is like a wild animal, restless. All sorts of desires turning up, which eventually can turn into attachments that cause suffering. Bring your mind into quietness. From here, if you will notice, make your way, if you like, into Pindasana. Your lotus comes against your body. You can join your, wrap your lotus with your arms, join your hands underneath your feet. If you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. Or from plow, bring your thighs against your body, your knees on either side of the head, maybe right on the ground behind in front of your shoulders. Now go deeper. Reach. Bring your arms from the outside over the backs of your knees and slip your hands in between your knees. You can cup your hands over your ears or interlace your fingers behind the head if you can reach. Very much like stork pose, and push your elbows out. Try to pull your seat towards the ground if you like. So it looks more like stork. Not important. Start to make your way out. We're going to go right into fish pose from here. So bring your hands behind your back. Fingertips of the thumbs and the index fingers come together. Palms are down. Unroll gently and slowly. Once the seat lands on the wrists, lower your legs until halfway down and then stop. Lift your back up off the ground. Push your elbows a little bit further back behind the body. Towards the lifted chest. Allow the head to go back. Try to get the top out of the ground close to the seat. If it's too much, keep your legs up, bring your legs down. Fish pose. Breathe very fast in the nose now, like a sniffing dog. keep your head where it is. Coor.dination, take your feet close to your seat, edge of the line, in line with the edge of your hips, edge of your feet in line with your hips. Bring your fingers behind your head, fingers facing away, spread equally. Lift your seat, bring your head in a little bit closer towards your heels, and turn your hands around. And then, if you can, take your head up off the ground. If it's too much, just do bridge pose, or you can stay in fish. If you're in coor.dination, lift your heels, rock back and forth if you like. Stretch the body. This pose that demands lots of stamina and determination. If you like, you can drop heels down, lift the right leg up. So you can lift all but the index finger off the ground on the left hand. You have enough weight in your right hand, and so you can take your left hand up off the ground entirely. Now bring the right foot down, try it on the other leg. If you're trying to take your leg up off the ground, try to get your hands closer to your feet as well. That helps. Get your hips higher. Straighten your arms and straighten your right leg as much as you can. Left leg goes up. Push into your left hand and see if you can get the right hand on just the fingertips, and maybe eventually remove the fingers one at a time until you're just on the index finger. Eventually just on the fingernail, hold your breath so you can get your hand up off the ground every once in a while. Even if you just bring it up and down. Then you can just rest your hand on your leg. Bring the left hand up, down, left foot down, come back down. Lie on your back for moments. Dharmaji says, go to sleep for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you went unconscious. Relax. Now from here, arms over the head, come up into seated position, and prepare to go right into Kramasana. Open up your legs, the feet on the outsides of the mat, side arms underneath your legs. Take hold of the feet from the outside, pull your body down. You're trying to get your shoulders lower than the knees. Keep on trying to push the telescope your head, your chest forward. If you're otherwise you stay very high in your back, because your back and your shoulders are going to be very high up. So keep on trying to pull on the feet, move forward. Imagine sliding into cobra, and then you might be able to get a bit flatter. If you're already shoulders are already lower than your knees, you can bring your arms back behind you. For Kramasana, fingers facing back, your legs are resting in your arms. Your legs are close to your shoulders so that you're not putting pressure on your elbows. Slow down the breath now like a tortoise. A tortoise is very long because their breath cycle is very long. You can stay quiet and still. If you're flexible, your elbows are free, you can take your bind over your back, join your hands together over your back. Imagine your back like the tortoise shell, very wide, very large. When you inhale, breathe from the waistline up to the crown, lengthen that distance. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. At the same time, shoulder blades fall away from one another. The back gets larger and larger, wider and wider. Now break the pose, coming back up. Bring your feet in. Come into a squat. Push into your fingertips. This way. Okay, coming to squat from here. Adha Titibhasana. Slide your shoulder in, the elbow comes right close to the roots. Lift your seat just as much as you need to. You get your left arm underneath your leg. And can you assist your hand up over your back? Catch the fingers, if you can, catch the right wrist. And pull the right leg all the way up, the hip up so the right leg straightens. Keep your head down. Place towards ground. Now those you want can come up into bird paradise. Press into your right foot. Bring your left foot close in to your right foot first before you come up. Hold your breath as you make your transition. Coming up, you're holding your wrist so your knee stays close to your shoulder, and then eventually you can raise your leg up if you come up. Eventually looks like a split. Good. And then release the bind, come out of the pose, go down again into squat, start again on the other side. Slide your right shoulder in, bring your right arm underneath your leg, over your back, and you can use your left hand to assist your hand up over your back and catch your left wrist with your right hand. Move it up closer to your elbow, then your leg will stay close to the shoulder. And then lift your left hip up, try to get your left leg straight at least. If your right leg doesn't straighten all the way, no big deal. You can stay down here, or you can try to make your way up now. Press into your left foot, hold your breath, and come up. And then once you're up, you can see if you can extend that right leg up, lean to your left a little bit. Break the pose, release. Now from here, come down, hands on the ground, step your feet back, come onto your belly. Getting ready for cobra pose. Bring your hands down, forehead on the hands. Breathe in, breathe out. And bring hands into place. And then make your way up. If you need to stay in fixed pose, you can always just hold the edge of the mat and just anchor down the hips. Pull on the mat at the same time. Try to get your chest forward away from the seat. As you get more comfortable, if you want, you can lift your elbows up off the ground, bring your head back, don't lose your neck, keep your shoulders down. And then you can start to move your hands closer and closer to the body. Keep curving your spine. Imagine trying to get the back of the head on your seat. Keep walking closer and closer, getting up higher and higher. Let the hips stay on the ground. This is not an upward facing dog. Keep your hips, for everything from top to legs up is off the ground, but the hips actually stay on the ground. If you're flexible, you can really try to get your hands close, lean to one side, place your hand close to your hip, right from the hip, lean to the other side, push your fingertips, and get the other one in place. Push really hard with fingertips, allow the head to go back, open up your legs. Bend your knees, imagine squeezing the socks behind your knees. And when you get lots of height with your head, you bring your head back, maybe the feet will find it. The back of the head. Not important. Do according to your abilities. Some poses can be mental powers, but we will get a chance to experience it all in time. Come out of the pose now. Break the pose, breathe in, breathe out. Bow pose, bring the feet up towards your seat, any bow you like. Tickle the ankles. If you need a wheel or a strap, you can go ahead. Tickle the ankles, lift your chest, push your feet away. Even if you can't get your legs, hold on to your legs, you can lift, bring your fingers on either side. Lift the thighs off the ground, flail your arms out like you're skydiving. You can do this one instead. If you have the ankles, pull on the legs. Try to get your legs up high, your feet up over your head. You can rock back and forth if you like. You might be able to go hard enough to get your knees down. If you know how to do the overhead bow, you can go ahead, the full bow. Take one foot first. Bring the foot up high enough so the elbow is high on the shoulder. And you pull on it and turn your elbow forward. And if you can't get your other arm in that same way, you can just hold it with the regular bow. If you can, however, you have one foot up, Sometimes it's easier to take the other foot up once you have one foot. Stay in the pose. Arch the back. Offer up the pose. Surrender to the pose. Break the pose. Forehead down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax everything. One more back bend of your choice. You can do coor.dination if you like. You can do bridge pose. You can do cobra, or you can even stand on your hands or your forearms. Scorpion. So go ahead. Do anything you like, make it an offering. If you're doing forearm balance, your elbows come a little bit closer than inside the shoulders. Your fingers are spread apart. You can use a wall again. Look between your hands. You can get your feet up, split your legs. Eventually, if you're trying to get into scorpion, you push one foot into your thigh. You might be able to direct your foot closer to the head. Keep your chest forward. Eventually, one foot, then you might, let's say, both feet to the head. So lots of different tricks you can use again. Or this one's a really nice one. Just push into your thigh, but extend your leg forward. Or you can do coor.dination if you're advanced. You can either do it from your back, like we did before, or if you're ready, you can stand. Open up your feet more when you're starting. Bring the toes outwards, bend your knees so your feet are beyond your knees, push into your seat so you're a little bit lower. Take your head back. If you can see the floor easily, bring your hands down. And you move your feet back in. 30 more seconds. Remember, don't waste your time. Dharmaji says, he likes to say sometimes you could die tonight and you wouldn't have tried it. So go as far as you can in this lifetime so you pick up at a higher place the next time you come back. Always moving forward. Make your way down. Rest on your back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to seat position. Final twist. If you have a lotus, you can do a lotus. Right leg goes on top. If you don't have a lotus, Adho Matsyendrasana. Left leg folds in, foot beside your right hip, and then the right foot goes on the other side of the left knee. If you can't get both sides of your seat down, you bring your left leg forward if you like, extend it fully, and your right foot moves beyond your knee. Okay, so I'll do it this to start. Right hand down the center of the back, left arm up. Push your arm against the other side of the right thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right, look over your right shoulder, twist. Not just the eyes, turn your whole body. So keep pulling your leg beyond your left edge of your body as you turn. If you're doing it with your leg bent, you can take hold of your heel if you like, with your left hand. And use it. Pull on the foot. Get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Push the lower back up and in, don't lean back. Keep the back straight. Break the pose. Try it on the other side. Make sure you're not sitting on your foot. Right arm up. Go to your left. Push against the thigh. Imagine you can see right through your skin at the body, at the spine, spiraling upwards. Imagine you're wringing the water out of the cloth. Same way you're wringing the impurities out of the organs.
back for Shavasana. So make your way down softly, low, crash landings again, no jerks. Always moving away, that keeps the mind in a peaceful state, not agitated. Once you're down and back, make yourself fully receptive to receiving all the gifts of the practice. Imagine the best is coming in now. Like the waves on the ocean that come onto the beach. And a big, powerful surge. Imagine it bringing in everything you need, the best, all the fruits of the practice. When you renounce them for a higher purpose, things come back to you in a good way. You attract good karma. So now accept it all with gratitude. Direct it all right to the spiritual heart again where God resides. Make an offering of all of that. And on the exhale, imagine like the waves that go back out into the ocean, into the beyond, the great beyond. Imagine all those benefits going out to all beings as well, through that connection that we share, the spiritual heart, which is God. Repeat the following sentence to yourself mentally to anchor in your mind and heart. Everything I have, I share with all beings. Or if we hoard all knowledge to ourselves, all the benefits, it is in fact a form of stealing. You're depriving others of it. So be open with all that you have. We're all trying to reach the same goal, self-realization. We'll all ultimately benefit. When we share goodness, it comes back to us. And it goes out to all beings. We all try to elevate the state of our whole community, our global community, our universal community. All moving towards God. Prepare now to come back from Shavasana, always in a way that is mindful, that is gentle, that is quiet. Prepare to sit, make the transition back ever so quietly, mindfully, reverently. Close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Being still with peace within, sound to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Much love. I'll see you soon.